Yeah. Sorry for background noise, but today we will be working on the sequel to Dragons. Dragons as superheroes or supervillains. But there is something I want to say. If I get 5 views, 5. Actually, no. Thank you, man. 3 views. No, I might do it anyway. So, if I could get some views, or like even thinking about like a like, 1 like, that would be really nice. But I'm gonna do I'm gonna color them instead of just making an outline for them. So I will be doing one of these. I color this, and I'll color the one things I'm gonna make in this episode. So let's start. Now, last episode I did the Hydra. This episode will be multiple ones. Instead, Hydra's like first episode, so I didn't know what to do. So this episode I do. Let's start. No, yeah, of course I do have a story. Well, one day, actually, hold on. Didn't I do? I have a good story. Really go for anyone. Okay, I'm gonna do the Great Dragon, aka Dragon. Okay. Long ago, there were things known as dragons. These days, no one believes those tales. But yeah, everyone was absolutely right. Like, those tales were all wrong. They were all stories. But some people didn't believe that. They believed that dragons were real. Again, sorry for the noise. They believed that dragons were real. This group was led by a scientist of the name Jugi Jika. I know, I have no clue why his parents thought that would be a good name, but that was his name. He traveled the world trying to find many different people or pretty much anything that could relate to dragons. One day he ran into the Hydra hero, believing he could have an answer. He heard about the theory of how it could be from where he was living and went to go experiment. Or at least where it was at the time. Well, where he was living at the time, it's complicated. Oh, also, do you want me to make these videos, like, make it that way? It's like, I do an outline before, or do you want me to, like, make it in the actual video? But I'm gonna I gotta hurry this up. I'm in the drawing, not the story. He eventually went to Hydra's hometown, believing that it had some, like, he could make himself become part dragon. At first, he thought all of his tests he had committed here were a failure. But then, one day, he grew a wing. through his experimentation and him being just a dragoner in general, he was able to figure out what dragon it was. It was the most famous and great one, the Great Dragon, specifically. The the Welch, the Welch. Now he fights crime. Crime with his big wings and his big tail. Him believing he should be a leader, eventually tried to assemble his own team. Fortunately, this didn't go as well as you might think. Now, some things about the design of this guy. I kind of decided to stop with the wings. Like, I would change the wings because I didn't like how they were looking at the time. So, I basically climb up and meet it behind his back as if, like, there weren't actually up. And with that, I believe this dragon is done. Well, actually, never mind. I forgot to add this flag in. Oops. Oh, and his tail. Now, next up is the Asian dragon. You know, I'm thinking about I am just gonna draw give a sketch before. It just makes this video a little shorter for you guys and just easier in general. I'm gonna give hero names. The Hydra, his hero name is Hydra, and and then the guy I just made, this guy, his name is Dragon Master. Alex was a 20-year-old, or sorry, was a 16-year-old teenager when the Dragon Master came to try to recruit him. He lived in I forgot if it had a name or not. The game, actually, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the video. But he grew up with being good friends with the Hydra. Once figure out how Hydra got his powers, he started trying to experiment as himself. He was recruited when he was finally recruited by the government when he was 14. Then, when he was 15, he was recruited by the Dragon Master on a mission. To both these offers, he said yes, and superheroes typically don't work with the government. Well, at least these bunch don't. They eventually figured out that he was actually a mole, making their conversations once they figured it out, well, very awkward. They eventually confronted him about this, which he denied, before them showing proof. He immediately bursted into scales and started to attack his former team. I just want to say the scales are only for the face, so trust me, it won't be this slow. I'm not sure why, but I stink at this pose. I think I gotta put it in place. Now, I feel like every episode I'm gonna have one drawing that just isn't exactly the best. And not this episode, it's this one. It's not exactly the best of them. And mostly because for this one I was kind of rushed. But for next one, I promise it's better. Oh, right, back to the story. He was able to transform his feet. Him being a dragon without wings, and just like being the only one without being one of the only dragons without wings that could fly, and he turned his feet into. He showed how he could do it. He didn't actually have feet; they were actually rockets that would push him into the air that allows him to fly. Now this one stinks like crazy. Now this is going to be the final one for the episode, and I think we're going to do, let's see, I'm going to do like a quick, I'm going to do a small one. Okay. So, I think I'm actually going to do a girl too, so this may not actually be, well, this may be a little longer, because I'm not good at actually drawing girls. I'm sorry to any female in this video. Let's start. After a few weeks after her colleague, the Asian dragon, that's his hero name by the way, leaving, the Drake, a girl on the team that kind of actually had a crush on the Asian dragon, and was upset and concerned. And that what if they figured out where their base was? What if they come and they arrest all of us? What if right there, or the Dragon Master stopped and cut her off? Everything will be okay, he said. Everything wasn't okay. At those exact moments, a door busted down. Drake got ready to fight, but only to find and the Asian dragon there. Attached to him were bombs. At that very moment that she felt joy, she also felt sorrow at the same time. And as a big explosion happened, that not even the Asian dragon, who had very thick scales, could survive. After the explosion, a SWAT team came in to try to invade the base. They failed to capture, but the base was theirs. And every single day that Drake was that Drake was running, and she couldn't think, was everything that the Asian dragon did just to die like that? Is he dead? He kept on asking herself this question, but no one could ever really give her an answer. Her and the Dragon Master were the only ones that actually saw him, explode. Now, design details, the set was not good. And especially thinking ending it off on a girl, that was really bad on my part because I didn't get the sketch or anything. So typically, from now on, I'm going to sketch first because sketching stinks to do on actually camera because it's like very time consuming. And yeah. I guess I'll give her a small tail. It goes like this. But I feel like other than that, there's not really much more I could add to her. But I promise I will do a coloring video starting with these guys. YouTubers as superheroes. Now, I did say I was going to do a YouTubers as Dragon video. I meant to say YouTubers as superheroes. But if you do want YouTubers as Dragons, give this video 5 likes. 5 likes. If we get 10 likes, I will do 2 episodes in one day. It'll be a coloring up. If you give me 5 likes, I'll do a sequel to this, where I'll do a coloring. I'll do YouTubers as Dragons, and if you give 5 likes, do YouTubers as Dragons. If you give 10 likes, then I will give you YouTubers as Dragons, but I'll be coloring them in the same episode. With that, goodbye.